Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We got the very latest expansion here, which of course allows us to basically play new paths here, for example, as Switzerland or Ethiopia, but there's also of course a new path for Italy available. Now it's great to be able to play those, but I've got a desire to basically play something else. I actually want to play here as Hungary. Of course, at the moment that is the Kingdom of Hungary. We're going to reform that into something else, and we're not going to use the historical AI focus. We're going to use a non-historical AI focus on here, but of course in Iron Man mode as such. So let's save that game and let's get started on all the relevant things we want to do. Now we do have one minor problem here, is of course the fact that we basically have got restrictions on our armed forces here. So we want to basically get around those as quickly as we can. And we will work our way through those as we proceed. In the interim, let's just get started on all the other bits and pieces here in terms of research. So that's done. So what have we got here? We got some free factories. Now the first thing I typically prefer to do is make sure all my railroads are in order. Particularly the railroads towards other supply depots. Now I don't have any other supply depots as of yet. So for the moment, yes, I can of course work on them, as you can see me doing here. But typically it's more beneficial for you to actually start working on some factories, as I'm doing here as well. You'll see national focus. We can choose a variety of different things here. Has this changed somewhat? Maybe. No, I don't think it actually has. Or maybe it has. I think this balance in the budget used to be above the choice tree here. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd have to double check with previous versions. Anyways, that's a useful one. This is a really useful one as well. But the one we want to, of course, have here is the secret rearmament, which gives you that additional recruitable population. As you'll see at the moment, we got a total manpower in the field of 41,000, and in the air also a decent number. But I don't think the actual manpower that we can actually get matches up based upon these numbers here. So that's a useful one. I think we got a percentage of 0.5 that's allowed, so that would bring it to 0.7. Factory output is boosted. Spirit will be removed with increased conscription beyond volunteer only. Okay, so let's start by balancing our budget and let's take it from there. Of course, we do have some factories here. I would typically recommend get some of these trains built first, and of course get as much in there in terms of, yeah, I'd say as much in terms of in there in terms of weapons as you can do. Quite useful, of course, for us as well would be the trucks. I don't have any trucks as of yet, so I'm going to let that be for now, but I do want to get those trucks researched in the near future. Oh yes, one other thing, get a spy agency as quickly as you can. Really useful for some of the things we want to do. We want to be able to put pressure on, for example, Austria. Now one new thing in this particular expansion here you see is of course these ridge lines here. They are impassable, so you cannot pass from one province, from this province to that province, for example, because that's impassable mountain terrain. Now there are some exceptions to that. Some mountain type units can actually pass over them, but you need to really specialized unit types for that particular purpose, which we currently don't have. Typically avoid the economic policy ones here. Balancing the budget is great to basically get to, and of course none of these will actually complete before then. For efficiency purposes, I am going to basically choose here, of course, my general. Great general. Let's maybe choose our marshal first. It's a level 2 marshal we've got here. Question is, do I want to get that particular general promoted to a marshal or not? Reconnaissance is boosted by having him. So he's really good at supply consumption, which is great. Defense, offense. Okay, I'm not quite sure which one to go for. We of course can expand our spy operations in the interim. As you can see me doing, I'm basically putting extra points into there. Because yes, I want to be able to get more spies, because one spy in reality is not sufficient. You need to basically have at least 2. Okay, that sultanate has been taken over. And that's actually a new country in this expansion here. Well, it's part of the other country, but it's this section here. This particular entire section here, that used to be that Sultanate of Auza. Not Austria, but Auza, which I guess is part of Eritrea or Ethiopia. Something along those lines. Anyways, let's keep an eye on what's going on here. Various different options available to us. Yes, we can get a spy already. The seducer is a useful one to have. She will be starting to build up a network here. So let's give her a mission of building that network in Vienna. Three days to go. 2, 1. There we go. Oh, actually, that's exactly what we want. We want them to be able to go into that civil war because, of course, it helps us as we progress here as well. This is a useful one to have. That's a useful one to have. That's a useful one to have. Yes, there's various different bits and pieces that I do want to work with, and I think I'm just going to do this one first here. Yeah, I did start work on the next element there already. And as you will see here, we basically got, in the meantime, already some useful people at our disposal. Question now, silent workhorse is great to have, because again, that boosts what I can actually do in terms of the points here. Stodge monarchist, really, really useful, of course, in basically boosting your monarchy party itself. I'm going to go for the silent workhorse for now, just to get that booster on there. And as you can see, we get that extra 15%, which takes it from 1.05 in terms of leftover to 1.40. All right, so that's done. Yeah, we're going to switch that over shortly to the next one. But we should see that we're going to complete this in about 50 days, thereabouts. This is approximately on par with that, but this one, of course, will complete before then. Passive defense, and of course we got the invisible ink. Electronic engineering, great, that gives us the next one. 46 days, whereas this one will be completing in, yeah, less than that, 41, 42, maybe thereabouts. But it will complete at least before the next one would complete as such. How much have I got left over? None, as you can see. It's a bit of a pity. So we do need to basically import some steel shortly. Now, I'm not sure whether we need to do that for the long term or that's only a short term thing. It's something we can have a look at. We can, of course, go anti-fascist. We can go to anti-democratic here. Improve workers' conditions. There's a wide array of different choices in there. Now, how are they doing in here? Is that line progressing eastwards? So that's basically the German restored, or at least the military junta at the moment is what it's called. London Naval Agreement, okay. Invisible ink. So we got 3, 1, 2, and 3. That civilian option is quite useful. That's number 4. And once we've done number 4, we're going to go for number 5. Once we got number 5 in, it will give us the ability to basically get a second spy on there. 5 days to go for that industrial revitalization, which gives us that extra research booster there. Great. Integrate the railroad, which gives me additional infrastructure, also gives me better relationships with the neighbors. I'm going to go for this one first. All right, basic machine tools. And we did have that booster, as you might remember, 145, and these are less than that. Now the question is, what is going to benefit us more? The savings on this or the savings on that? To be honest, our output will basically grow quite nicely with having this. But in terms of time savings, we save an extra 50 days by using this one here. So I'm actually going to go for the additional time saving that we basically get from that one, before, of course, I'm going to progress it onto anything else. Hold on, what has happened here? Croatian opposition, anti-German, etc., etc. Okay. Yes, we can choose our next person here. Great, we cannot do anything there. We cannot do anything there. So there's a variety of different options here. Industrial concern is really, really useful. So that's the one I'm going to go for now. It basically boosts our research outputs quite nicely. It's one of the things we're working on anyway. So 33 days for that one. This will take significantly longer, as you can see. And then let's do the final passive defense here for now. Let's have a look at our composition here. As you can see, their non-aligned is growing, which is great. At 49%. Because that particular revolution or civil war in Germany is taking place, we should of course also see that there's no fascist pressure on them as such, which is quite helpful. Interesting that there's no foreign claims on this territory here. You'd imagine there would be. This of course got that Hungarian claim on there. Same with this one here, and of course North Transylvania. Hold on, there should be a claim of ours on there. At least I'm pretty sure there should be, but okay. Okay, so we got a research slot here free. Do I want to go for the concentrated one? Or do I want to go for this one? Factory output versus efficiency retention and efficiency base. I think we're going to go for this one. 163 days, as you can see. All of these will be longer than this one is going to take. And we now are in a position where we can actually start importing our steel that we need. Let's take that from our German neighbors. Question is, do I see both the Germans? Yes, I do. This should, of course, improve our relationships with the junta. Strengthen the monarchists. Treaty of Trianon. Yeah, we're not happy with that. Military factory construction is reduced, and as you can see, recruitable population is also reduced, but it also gives me the fact that I cannot change my level of rearmament on there. From stability, we get a booster here as well. Elect a king. As you can see, again, a booster in terms of stability there. Before we do that, I'm going to basically do the secret rearmament. At least gives us an additional 0.2% recruitable population. Like I said, every little bit helps. Okay, there's not much choice here. Let's take that particular gentleman here and let's actually boost our own ideology. As you can see, it stands at 49% at the moment. We'll complete this one before we actually complete the actual national focus here. But we want to basically see what we can do in terms of boosting that beyond that 49% up to 50. As you can see, we're already at 50% here. In reality, it says 49.59 and 65, etc., etc. So it is steadily rising. There are still low numbers. And one of the things, as you can see, I haven't done yet is, of course, assign the officer. Now, I did want to promote this gentleman here. Ooh, look at that. Recently promoted. Great. I can, of course, assign him to be more charismatic. Reinforcement rate is a useful one to have. And I probably want to go for offensive doctrine. So yeah, because he's a level 4 one, that actually gave me the ability to basically apply all those extra boosts on there. Level 3, that might be useful. I think that's what we want to go for now. Okay, secret rearmament is still ongoing, as you can see. Army defense, army offense. These, of course, do give me additional daily experience in that particular type. Army regrouping, expert levels. There's a specialist here. And those, of course, are cheaper, the specialist ones. But the regrouping is quite useful. Now, did it not used to give me XP with these as well at the same time? I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it did. I no longer see that XP coming through on here, which is a bit of a pity, to be honest. Maybe that's why they basically made these figures bigger, 0.3 daily, as opposed to what we had just a second ago. Daily support for the unaligned. Do I see this figure changing? Not, yeah, really slightly, really slightly. The staunch monarchist is the one I basically wanted there. And now we do see those figures, of course, listed here. That should give me an extra plus 0.1. And I actually only see the effect here as being significantly smaller. At this popularity level, they are scaled to 25%. Ah, that's why. Right, secret rearmament is going to be another 18 days. This will complete before then that fuel refining, which then should allow us to basically pick our next item that we would like to progress. Three, 2, 1, kaboom. Okay, as you can see, we cannot do anything here other than, of course, the excavation. If I basically look at my resource extraction, I'm, of course, extracting a significant amount of aluminum. I'm extracting some iron, but I'm actually using more than I'm actually extracting. And, of course, we're exporting part of that. So that's not useful at all. So in here we can, yeah, maybe do this one, but it's not going to be beneficial at this point in time. In here I can, of course, go for my radio, which is a useful one to have. So that's the one we're going to go for at this particular point in time. And again, that's 50 days. Secret armament completes. Nice. German Civil War ends. Now that's nice to see. We're going to be electing our king. Now, if I'm not mistaken, 32 point, is it 35? Is that going to grow? No, that seems quite static, doesn't it? It's a bit of a pity. 51% in the non-aligned. Vaderlandisch Front. Okay. Zero, that's still 1.4, which is fine. Our manpower has increased a little bit, but not massively. And because we've, of course, got more manpower, we can, of course, now have more in the field here as well.
Indulásra kész.
Okay, let's keep an eye on what's actually happening along the front here. I don't want any of them to actually go into position where they are saying, yeah, we don't have enough supplies. If that happens, then yes, I do need to move some of them back. For now, I'm fine with their current positioning. Another 35 days or so to go. That means 2 of these will complete before then. And of course, we do want to keep an eye on this. This stands at 59.34. So yes, mechanical computing. We're going to do our weapons research there. And I think the next one after that, I would like to get my trucks researched as well. So where are we short of? I'm not sure. Are we short of any equipment at all? Of manpower, yes. It's manpower. That's the only thing. I thought as part of the actual First World War peace agreement, they actually had a limitation in terms of manpower as well. Did it stand at 50,000 or something like that? I think that was the number, but I could be mistaken. I did say I want to go for the trucks in the meantime. We're going to elect a king. That's in 2 days. And then, of course, after that, we can choose what it is that we're going to do next. So, I think reintegrating the railroad is a useful one itself. League of Nations embargo resolution. Okay. The League of Nations Council decided to impose an all-out embargo on trade with the Italian Union as a response to the country's unlawful aggression against Ethiopia. Well, if I do that, as you can see, my stability gets boosted, so I'm going to do that. That might not necessarily be in the best interest of my relations with them. Let's have a quick look. As you can see, that's set to 0. Ideological differences. Yeah, pretty much all other nations, they've actually lost some relations to. That's 32 point. It is on the rise, isn't it? 32.45. Is that on the rise? No, it's dropping. Is that one dropping or rising? It is rising as well. Okay. Nice. So what are we going to do next? Got, of course, a few options at our disposal here. I think this is quite interesting, but that elusive gentleman might at this particular point in time be really, really useful for us to actually leverage here, which of course gave me an additional spy slot. Now, it would of course also help me if I were to basically expand my spy agency in terms of the amount of time it needs, but I don't think that's necessary at this particular point in time, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. That's another 50 days to go. None of these will complete before then. Now we are in 1937, so in theory, of course, we could already start the next tier of research. 52% there, great. And another 11 days to go before the next spy becomes available, which is cool. So, Hungarian monarchy. I thought it was the kingdom anyways already, so that hasn't changed. Okay, who are we going to choose? This one, boost ideology mission. Interesting, that gets a booster. Let's have this gentleman here start building up a network in Prague. So as you can see, we get an extra 20% boost on that one, which of course is really, really nice to see. All right, 57, 58, etc., etc. Now, these guys here, of course, they are still slowly shifting towards this. So that's at 34% now, and it's still on the rise. Perfect. Let's keep that up. Perfect, we've done that one. Which of course gives me the option to basically build additional buildings here. But I'm actually going to do this inviting of the Habsburg prince, because then ultimately we can basically do that referendum over there, which is what I was hoping to do. Perfect. 70 days to go on that one, which means we're going to basically complete 2 of the items of research here before then, which, yeah, again, good to see. We can, of course, do raids on the various different parties, the fascists and so forth, if we wanted to. I might want to do that on the Democrats for now. I did say 1937 is the year when we're basically going to see that growth occurring. As you can see, we're at 6 factories at the moment, and we're basically building a nice stockpile of weapons, as you can see again. Okay, 11 days on that next item of research that we had here. As you can see, I do actually have some cavalry here. Did I actually have a tank division? No, I don't. I think that was actually forbidden by the agreement that we had as part of the peace accords. So what are we going to do next in here? Now I cannot change these. I can of course go for that partial mobilization. That's interesting. That's possible because we got such a high level there. Now, why does it say early mobilization? Doesn't... okay. One of the following must be true. One of them. Oh, interesting. I'm going to go for the offense option here, I think. Yep. Get that experience to grow already in the meantime. As you can see, we can of course improve our relations with them. These guys here, they are quite happy with us because of course we're doing trade with them. We're happier with them is what I should say in reality. Huh. Okay. Okay, Habsburg Prince. Political power gain will actually be boosted, which is quite nice to see. Generate war goal tension limit is reduced. Habsburg restored. Hungarian monarchy, is that the name of the party? Okay, so Otto assumes the Hungarian throne, perfect. Now at this point I can make a couple of different choices here. Do I want to go and demand that referendum? Yeah, I could as well do. Let's have a quick look at our spies here. This gentleman, of course, is happily working its way through there. I can start applying, of course, that political pressure here. I can improve my relations with them. Do I want to go for that referendum? Yeah, I've got 70 days, so I've got enough time to do that. As you can see, that is growing relatively quickly. We're 4 days in and we're already 10%. So yeah, we should be able to get that done, I think. Political pressure. Change the tension required by 0.1 per day. Okay. Change the opinion required by 0.4 per day. Okay. Research, this one will complete in the next 13 days, so that's great to see. We're short of tungsten, it looks like. Yeah, I'm not really too fussed about that, to be honest. As you can see, we're building some artillery, and that's where we need that tungsten for. But of course, that is slightly slowed down. But that's not a massive problem at the moment. Right, let's do that construction one as well. It's all in the interest, of course, of what we're doing here. Their opinion of us is already at the max now at the moment, as you can see. So improved relations is giving a nice booster to that, which is great to see. And it's even getting to be better. What's happening here is embargoing the Italian Union. Are we embargoing the Italian Union? Are we? Yes. King of... okay, we're putting an embargo in this instance on the Italian Union, as you can see. What's the political makeup here? As you can see, it's mostly democratic. Let's pick that lady here up. Let her put the pressure on there. Can I do that? And then this gentleman can, of course, work on the ideology there, which is the non-aligned that we want to basically improve. It's at 20% only. Wow. That's really, really low. It's not quite what I expected, but yeah, okay. If it has to be low, then it has to be low. It has to start somewhere. National coverage is 38%, so that's growing. What would be useful for us? I think the Air Force Chief, ground support, always useful one to have. Because we're landlocked at the moment, that would seem to be the best one. Recovery rate boost. Armor, that's quite useful. But we don't, of course, have any armor yet. Light aircraft design, medium aircraft design, heavy or naval aircraft. I probably would want to go for the light one. I can go for that partial mobilization. I'm going to hold off on that for just a moment until I'm really, really ready to go and push for that. I can, of course, do my anti-democratic raids here. I'm going to hold off on that for just a moment. 3, 2, 1, and bingo. Excellent. So what you should see is our armed forces have expanded. And of course I got new army units here at my disposal as well, which I'll place along the border here. Bit of overlap in there. And I did say, of course, I need to basically work on the actual building of that railroad. What does that railroad say at the moment? Actually, it doesn't say much yet, does it? Okay, so restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That's what I want to do, because otherwise these people are not part of my core. Trans-Danubia, etc. And that one there as well. We still got that limitation imposed on us. That's fine for now. You see that one? Yes, thank you very much. So at this point, if I go for my partial mobilization, I'm not sure, does that remove the Treaty of Trianon? I'm not even sure why I can do that. It's a bit of an odd one, but okay, fine. Oh yes, hold on. My spy, the lady here. Let her help in boosting the ideology. Over there. Okay, we're helping with that scaling and the boosting. How much is she contributing? 0.1. 0.1 plus, of course, that booster. Okay. Still in 1937. There's useful ones here. For example, the field hospital. It's a really useful one to have. This is going to take a little while. As you can see, the non-aligned is growing. Stronger than the democracy, I would say. Spain has declared war, okay. Have I got units of that type active? Ooh, that's quite a big one, isn't it? Not a big one. I'm going to delete that template. Again, a template I want to delete. I'm not even sure why I got some of these templates, but okay. It's only one that's currently been deactivated, so to speak. The dispersed industry. Oh, do I actually still need to import that stuff or not? Yes, I still do. Let's do my anti-democratic raids here. What's their opinion of us? William II returns to German throne. Interesting. So, can I create my faction? I possibly could. Welcome back, William II. Oh, yes, of course I do need to choose one here. 1937 still, isn't it? I can, of course, get some radio stations there. I can also go and improve this. I think that might be useful to go for that one for now. That should be still relatively... Ooh, look at that. It's actually give me a nice booster, that 20% booster. Okay, so one of my agents was captured. Alright, let's start the preparations for that. So what we got here is, of course, reinforcements first, supply trucks, and operations is fine there as well. So he keeps on building up the network, which is fine. From Bohemia. Okay, let's assign that lady to there. It's a 35-day project. This will complete in like 7 days, this one here. So it's a relatively quick one. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to do a non-aggression pact with them. Restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Perfect. Sweet. Yeah, that's an option. I don't want to do that yet. I do, of course, want to boost the domestic industry here. And if I look carefully, I'll see that there is some damaged equipment here, which I just need to basically fix. And of course, I do have extra factories at my disposal now. So I can actually start working on those trucks as well. Perfect. I need extra steel. And what have we got here? That's 15 in total. Okay. So Austria-Hungary. We're getting close to completing that, aren't we? 16 days to go. Repubblica Social Italia. Interesting. Hold on. Who's in charge of this? Okay, so this is the original fascist state, and that's more the communist version? Okay, so there's internal fighting going on there, which, yeah, it's not ideal, but okay, it happens. Okay, let's go back to the Germans and let's actually import slightly more. Oh yes, of course. This gentleman is able to, again, boost the ideology up there, as is she. As you can see, it stands at 23%. Not ultra amazing, but okay, that's fine. Tank design. Happy to work on that in the meantime. Yes, I know we're not necessarily going to use tanks directly. Carlist uprising in Spain. Okay, that's fine. So we do, as you can see, have here some resources coming out. Steel coming out of the ground there. Plus, of course, we got our own steel as well. So if I look at my infrastructure once again. That's already at the max. How much do the roads cost? 6,000. That's pretty much, yeah, okay, 2/3 of a factory, so to speak. Support domestic industry. Transdanubia is going to get a booster here, which is down here. What is their opinion of us in the meantime? Ooh, -85. Export arms, interesting. Okay, so that's growing. Yes, it is growing. Okay. Let's work on, sorry, 1937 still, okay. This will be completed imminently. Proper heritage, what have we got here? Victory or death, officer core army experience gain, daily command power gain. And then of course we got the land doctrine cost is also reduced. So that's a quite useful one to have. I don't actually have a general on this one here yet. Let's go for that one here. Okay, that's completing as we speak. Support the urbanization, which gives me additional building slots. Okay. War games or a theoretical air doctrine, which then ultimately leads me to the Bullet Accord. What's my current total manpower? 139 in the field, and our total manpower that we can recruit is 109. So we got more manpower than before, which of course in itself is nice to see. Both of these are running at the same scale, and they'll complete around the same time as well. Alpenjager division, okay. Yeah, that's a nice division design. I like it. Now, getting these guys in is typically easier, of course, when you got the fascists around them. It's not massively difficult at this point, but it's easier if you still have that pressure from the other side as well. Army regrouping is useful. Armor is useful. I'm going to go for the regrouping option at the moment.
Készen állok. Értettem.
Okay. Yeah, that's still growing. It's at 28% at the moment. Our agent once again got captured. The same guy, to be precise. So let's do the preparations for that first. Oh yes, we can actually prepare that. Already have the right person on there. She can carry on with her job in the meantime. That's fine. So 28%. Yeah, pretty good. Our network is operating there as well nicely. So that's good as well. So we stand at 93% in terms of stability here. I can make that drop once again here. By doing, of course, the raids on the Democratic Party again. Now they'll go back, of course, to 93 initially, and actually will exceed that once again. But we should see that these two will complete relatively quickly here. And as you can see, that young lady is now working on basically liberating the operative that we had there. We need rubber, we need tungsten. Beginning of 1938, so we can actually at this point do another electronic engineering, I believe it's called. So another boost up towards our research speed. Okay. Already working on that one. That's great to see. Work on the next design of the tank. It's also great to see if we can get that done already. Rescue captured operative. 9 days to go. We completed our war games. Now we can of course then go for the blood agreement. I'm gonna hold off for a few days, I think. I think I got that liberty to basically hold off on stuff for like that for, what is it, 9 days or 10 days? In reality, I get the impression actually holding off those 10 days actually is beneficial. Okay, perfect. So this lady here, diplomatic pressure, and then this gentleman here is going to work on the ideology once again. So that 28% there. Let's work on here the relationships. Okay. Hold on, the blood accord, there we go. She does a pretty good job in terms of putting that pressure on them. Diplomacy, diplomatic pressure is more efficient, okay. Good to basically work on that as well in the meantime. Maybe the boosting the ideology would be useful as well in there. Why not? Ooh, we can ban them. That's interesting. %, great. Now all my armed forces here are on the border.
Case.
haven't got a decryption department yet, do I?
Sorakozó!
Why is it called the Czechoslovakian Offensive Operations? Pretty sure we're Hungary, but okay. It's 1 for 8 factories, okay, that's fine for now. What you should see here, we can actually choose to basically pick one of these. Now, I'm not going to make that choice yet, because I first want to see which one is the most effective for us to pick. It's going to take a while. Blood Accord. $152, military theorist. Can go for our airplane design as well. As you can see, we're once again at 93. That should still be rising beyond there. Okay, 5 days to go here. I'm just going to push this out here first. Soviet Civil War, interesting. So what comes afterwards? I can establish my air force or I can do some army maneuvers. Let's go for the urbanization here first. We've managed to secure Romania support for a partial revisitation of the agreement. Recruitable population grows and factory construction speed grows as well, which is great. So it should now go to 1.2, I believe. Plus, we can now go to the volunteer only here as well, once we got enough points there once again. So, these guys. Green.
Kész.
These guys can go back there. Yugoslavia issues note of protest. Well, good for them. Okay, so despite everything, they're still at whatever low level we basically have listed there, which is a bit of a pity. I could start recruiting, I think. Let's put them in transit to Nubia. We need manpower, we need tanks. Okay, that's fine. I like the design of this one, but I do want to add the field hospital and I want to basically add the cavalry screening detachment plus the support artillery there. Okay, so how am I doing in terms of my support equipment? That's fine, as you can see.
Utasítások.
Nice. Okay, so let's have another revisitation of this one. So that's going to be my main unit type. Perfect. Okay.
Indulásra kész.
Those are already the right type. These are not. So what's the design of these? That's a different design, which I want to change to this one. I need 20 trucks. I need towed artillery. We will regain some manpower, which is perfect. We any trucks, and we don't have any trucks available at the moment, which is a bit of a pity. As you can see, we're researching some different bits and bobs at the moment. That's fine. Ideology can be boosted even further, of course. Did we do the research for that? I think we did. Yes, we did. Look at that. Non-aligned is nicely along the way. Neither of us are at war, that's fine. We need one more positive than negative. They would accept. Why can we not send it? They're feeling threatened by us. Okay. I thought we had claims on some of these, but that's fine for now. Greater Finland declares war on... Hold on. Huh? What is Greater Finland? Ah, that's a fascist form of it. But even the other parts are fascist, isn't it? Oh, well, let's see what that happens and turns into. As you can see, our numbers are growing. We're standing at 1.2% at the moment. And it drops to pretty much 0 once again, which is a bit of a pity. It should be 5. Okay. Urbanization support is present. Hold on, have they got... they are still seeing their independence guaranteed, which is a bit of a pity. Research Institute. Okay, so what do we say we could do? We can actually change this to volunteer only. So this stays here as long as we don't go beyond the volunteer only. So that should rise to 1.75, okay. Okay, 1938. Let's do the extraction there. Synthetic oil experiments becomes available in just a moment. Oh, that's quite interesting. Oil generation. Upper Austria, okay. Okay, I can work with that, I think. Cool. Let's get that running again. We're exactly at about an hour's mark at this point. Research 61 days. That will basically complete before then. And we're going to see the same thing happening again. Oh yes, this needs to be lowered in priority. Otherwise we're never going to see the end of that. In preparation, as you can see. Boom. Weapons done. So we need some work done in the factories. Yeah, that's fine. Finland was annexed. Now we basically got here, I think that's fully the fascist party that's in there, similar to what we see down here. You can ask for military access, they will accept. You can, okay. Ask for docking rights. Well, what do I need docking rights for? Okay. The Tsar is doing pretty well over there. These guys are communists now, interesting. "20 days to go on that one. It's shrinking steadily. Operatives captured by the enemy. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the one thing that actually would be useful in the game here is if there was a means for you to say, well, carry on with your old mission upon that completion here. Yeah, it's grown to 36% already. What's the growth rate actually? Not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad. Let's improve my relationships with these guys here. Okay, Research Institute, great. Establish the Air Force, that's nice to see. Army maneuvers. Question is, which one do we want to go for? Ultimately, of course, we want to push down that line there. I think for now the Greer works are going to be useful. Oh, extra research slot, of course. 1938. Let's use that for my conversion. Oh yes, I don't actually have tanks yet, so that's the improved design. I want to put on there a small cannon. I want to basically use on here the 3-man turret. I want to use on here secondary turret, heavy machine gun. I want to put on here a radio. I want to put on here a sloped armor. Tracked suspension, non-tracked suspension. Okay, reliability is boosted there. We're going to go for the diesel engine. auto upgrade. There we go. Okay, let's get that work done on those tanks. We got a surplus at the moment, it says. As you can see, we can reduce that by 1. Hold on. Basic and improved. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we didn't mess anything up. That's fine. So we're now at 96. We could of course do some work here on basically infantry equipment. Useful, yeah. Ground support, which gives me that aerial bits. Reserve officers, division training time is reduced, victory or death, no aggressive reconnaissance. Political loyalty. Nice. Okay, so that's going to take another 35 days. This is 21 days for the rubber processing, it looks like. This is progressing nicely here. Trans-Danubia is getting extra factories up and running. And at the same time, we're working on the lower Austrian location. Okay, so the blood agreement is there. What does it do? Come on, give me a description. Doesn't really say much, does it? Extra extraction, always useful. So popularity of the party stands at 40% now. What does this do? Infiltrate civilian government. Orchestrate coup. Yeah, that's useful. Almost there with this one. Okay.
Figyelem!
Okay, there we go. The career works are done. And which now allows us to basically choose between the different options here. I'm inclined to go for this one here now. But for me to do that, I need to basically start putting that pressure on this country here as well. The diplomatic pressure. Why can I not send them a faction invite? We try to improve our relationships, so at least we're not that negative as we were before. They're guaranteed by Czechoslovakia as well as by France. What could their focus be? So they've formed the nationalist constitution. So I'm suspecting they're going down this line here. The Beck-Ribbentrop Pact, interesting. Reassert Silesian claims. Okay. 9 days to go here. We're going to call it a day soonish. Okay, hold on. So we're not going to carry on with extra recruiting here for a wee bit. I can do, of course, but I don't really want to basically push that too far. I really want to prioritize these guys here.
Sorakozó!
Okay.
Készen állok.
Sweet.
Értettem.
Yes, there's a river crossing. I'm aware of that. Okay, so 1938, but in December. As you can see, we got a booster here, which is always useful. Again, similar principle as before. Nice reduction on something. Protect Czechoslovakia. By their neighbors, we often their protection against these threats either by welcoming once again as integrated part or by granting them association status. Up to them to decide what they want to get, I'd say. Really up to them. They become associates, then fine. No problem whatsoever. Let's keep that in there as such. These will progress nicely. This will complete before anything else. So yeah, I guess once we basically see the outcome of this, we will be able to decide what to do next. In reality, we need, of course, more of this here. As you can see, we're getting one extra steel out of the ground here. We're exporting to the Polish National Republic. Interesting. Are we exporting steel as well? No, we're not exporting steel. We do have a surplus here of trucks, as you can see. Save that design.
Utasítások.
I'd like to convert that to the motorized design. Yes, I need additional manpower, which I've got. Right. Yeah, both of them will need a bit of extra coaching on there. As you can see, both of them will need fuel, which wasn't available originally, but it will be available now. Infantry equipment design, yeah. I can work with that. Armor attack, etc. Communist China and Yugoslavia. Okay, really? They form a united bloc? Really? Really? Wow. Galicia. Interesting. To be honest, I think I've got enough industry at the moment, and I actually really want to go for the arms industry. That does give me an additional research slot there. Ooh, Bohemia returns to the crown. Following discussion at the highest level, run late into the night, the Czechoslovakian government has decided to accept our offer and proclaim Otto von Habsburg King of Bohemia and Margrave of Moravia. The soldiers of the former Czech army have sworn an oath to their new king and emperor, and the civil administration of the realm has been fully integrated. Nice! Exactly what I was hoping for, to be honest. Exactly what I was hoping for. So, ooh, look at that. I've got a ton more factories at my disposal. One more to go. Let's put it on there.
Parancsok. Készen állok.
$15 divisions. Do I need 15 divisions there? Maybe not.
Figyelj!
I can put them on that border there with them.
Készen állok.
Okay, these guys are going to go onto that border there.
Parancsok.
They'll be joined by a bunch more of these here as well.
Utasítások.
Look at that. We actually got some good generals and such here already at my disposal. Perfect. Did I have mountain units as well? I do.
Kész. Sorakozó.
Okay, that one goes there.
Készen állok. Értettem.
More mountain units.
Értettem.
More horse units, I probably should say. Okay.
Sorakozó. Kész. Figyelem.
Right, I might have to create yet another army here, which I'll place on the Polish border. Because, yeah, we do have a bit of a threat from the north.
Figyelem. Figyelj.
Right, this guy should really go there.
Indulásra kész. Utasítások. Figyelj.
Goes there. It's a real mix, as you can see, which is a bit unfortunate.
Értettem. Indulásra kész. Utasítások.
Okay, more
Utasítások.
non-assigned units.
Figyelj. Figyelj.
Right, that will do for now. We should now also see we got small airframes, as you can see. planes I can produce. Now let's have a quick look again at that infrastructure, making sure we got all the right connections in here. As you can see, these are not the greatest yet. Need to make some improvements here, and probably if I look at my borders here, yeah, actually that's running okay. That's actually running through German territory, isn't it? When I say Austrian territory, okay. That's fine. This one needs to be upgraded though. Okay. Okay, I think for the most part we're good here at the moment. Rubber we need to import, really. Can I include Africa in here? Yes, I can. Can I include the Middle East? Asia? Hold on. So Germany, my good friend. Yes, we can push to create a faction. And of course our good friends here. Yeah, we're still working our way through all of that. This here might get interesting. Forget about that particular party. Okay, let's work our way through this here. Why can we not create a faction? I'm still puzzled by that. Create a faction, don't know why. Okay, so this one, did I? So 1939, okay. Okay, let's go for this one then. That one will complete imminently. This one will complete shortly after, and then of course we can try to push for that expansion into that section there. So do I have all the tanks now that I need? It does look like it. I actually inherited some tanks as well, didn't I? So we had the Toldi, and now we got the TNH as well, and we got the TNH. We got the LTV 35, 33, and here we got more of the Toldis that we're generating. Okay, so yeah, it's a good mix, it looks like. I'm going to remove some of those redundant ones from here. Ooh, that's a big type of division. I think I did say we wanted to call it a day, but why can I not align here with Germany? We need a world tension of at least 40%. We're currently at 9%. Okay. They need a world tension of 20%. Why is theirs lower than ours? Okay. Okay. United Kingdom has declared war upon Iraq. Why on earth would they do that? Austria-Hungary. United Kingdom declares war on the Netherlands as well. What the heck? Sorry, you're democratic? Can you justify why you're declaring war upon them? If you're democratic, you shouldn't just be able to declare war out of the blue like that. Wow. %, etc., etc. Lovely. I'm intrigued by this. So, yeah. They declare war upon Iran. Okay. Who else they going to declare war upon? I've got no clue, but it looks to be a long, long list now. I guess for now I should have to say good luck in your fight there. Mm-hmm. Oh, it goes in batches of 100 automatically, does it? Okay. Who should we be more cautious of?
Értettem. Figyelj!
Okay. Domestic arms, okay, fine.
Indulásra kész.
Hold on, so let's have a quick look here. So there's a bit of a disconnect between some of these bits here, isn't there? Okay. Ooh, excavation completed, perfect. And we're 1939, so let's boost the output there. Australia severs ties, okay, that's good. Neither of us is at war, okay. Domestic arms industry, right. You can of course claim Transylvania.
Parancsok?
Okay, interesting. Not a Lithuania rejects German demands. And what were those demands? Memo.
Értettem.
Oh yes, hold on. Let's have a look at those supplies once again. think from there we're good. So they demanded Memel still, isn't it? Demand Slovenia, etc. No, that's not in the pipe anymore because they've gone down this one. Eastern Front. They can still demand Memel, safeguard the Baltics. Okay. The dawn of the German Empire Congress. Why are they in the same party as the Soviets? Interesting. Is that all to do with this little section here? Wow. It's quite interesting. Funny thing, of course, is the Germans retained their helmets like they had in World War I because, of course, the conversion. All right. The Netherlands capitulated. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. Ah, that particular small one, that's what they were aligned with. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Now let's do our research of our airframes. Soviet Lithuania, okay. It's going to be part of Germany shortly. Dispersed industry is finished. Let's get this one done. Peaceful unification of the Republic of Indonesia. Okay. Whatever. So we got a non-aggression pact with them, which is great. Let's improve my relationships with them once again. Can improve their relationships with Germany. Okay. 18 days to go, and then we will see what's going to be the consequence. Like this one. So that was that one.
Figyelj!
Hold on.
Indulásra kész. Kész.
Okay. Almost there. Another 11 days to go. Soviet Lithuania is capitulated. And of course the German Empire has expanded with that. Okay, that's fine. So these guys are at war with Germany. Which I'm assuming leads to fighting on the sea. Not entirely sure if that's the case, but that's my suspicion. Okay. Romania refuses to give up Transylvania. Add war preparations which grants generate war goal tension limit being reduced. World tension is increased by 2. Okay. March to the sea, which leads us to gain a claim. Gain a claim. We're not declaring war, but we're just gaining a claim on, of course, those provinces there. Which I think is fine for now.
Indulásra kész. Sorakozó!
Okay.
Indulásra kész.
I know there's no divisions assigned to that yet. That's fine for now though. Justify war goal, is that the one we want? Take the claimed states. Anyways, guys, we're going to call it a day. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.